about the Wall Street Theater in Norwalk, brand new, with Frank Farraker, who's the developer, and Suzanne Cahill, who's the president. All right, so this is in an historic building in Norwalk. It's been a number of different things. So let's look at the first picture and get everybody set up about what the Wall Street Theater is. Tell me all about this building, and you can jump in, whoever wants to take that first.
Well, the Wall Street Theater was actually the Regent Theater. It was created in 1915 by Samuel Cantor, who was a projectionist out of Danbury. So during that time, vaudeville theater was a big growing enterprise in Connecticut. And so he decided to open the Regent Theater. And over the years, it's been the Norwalk, the Roxy, the Globe, the Marquee, and now we just reopened it as the Wall Street Theater.
You had some pretty famous people in that building back in the day, like the big talkies, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Throw out some names. Lillian Gish, right?
Al Jolson.
Yep.
Elvis Presley.
Do you have photos from all those days?
I wish.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Well, maybe somewhere out there they have pictures of when it was the Regent, right?
That's right. Maybe someone who's watching can find that person.
So whose idea was this to rehab it again and make it the Wall Street Theater? Where'd the name come from?
Well, Frank and I had worked together. It's been about 5 years that we've been working on the redevelopment. We decided to name it the Wall Street Theater because we are a nonprofit, and it is on Wall Street in Norwalk. And part of the revitalization and growth of Norwalk, we feel, is dependent upon the Wall Street area, resurging businesses, creativity, and culture in that area. And so when we acquired the building, we had gotten a grant for $1.5 million.
What kind of shape was it in?
Oh,
when you guys...
It's funny because today I was going through before and after photos, and it just defies logic compared to the pictures that you're seeing what it was like. We had a room in the front of the building that we called it the green room because the water was raining through the open ceiling and there was moss all over the floor. We had to do a $500,000 asbestos remediation. There was nothing.
But you could see the vision.
Absolutely, could see it from the day you walked in the door.
How long? You've just been open a couple of months.
Yep.
How long from getting the building rehab to opening? How long did that take you? Years? Months?
It took us 2 years of full redevelopment. So in
getting money,
and
getting people to see your vision, all of that.
We closed on the building in January of 2014, and we started construction in earnest in April of 2015. And really, even today, there's always one or another thing that we're doing just to find that we're finding that makes the theater work even better. But it's an ongoing process, but it has been pretty close to 3 full years.
It's a labor of love. It has to be in the arts.
Yes, it is.
Now, you're all kinds of things. You're going to be drama and music and movies as well. And you're going to stream live as well?
Yes, we are a live streaming facility, a handful in the state of Connecticut. So we are, it's our hope that we will showcase emerging artists. And so when we talk about our live streaming capabilities, it works for corporate events and for multimedia theater, as well as, even if you have, say, the Norwalk High School performing at the theater, and as Frank would say, Grandma down in Florida wants to watch it.
Absolutely.
She can see it. So.
And it's so important to have an educational piece in all these theaters. Let's look at some more photos that you're sharing with us. There's some folks writing on a wall here. What is this?
So in Norwalk, we have something called First Fridays in the downtown area where we look to increase the music scene. And so in that image, it is 3 emerging artists that had come to the theater and shared their musical talents with the community. So we have a wall downstairs, and all our performing artists sign our wall.
Do you have free Wi-Fi in the building yet?
Yes.
That's so important.
Yes.
All right, this is an awesome picture, I think, because it shows how tall the ceilings are in this theater. And you've got a little balcony to the side as well as up top. How many seats?
Total 700 seated and 1,000 standing room.
Wow. And you can see how you can rent this out.
Yes.
And have an event.
Corporate events.
We built it so that the floors were flat and terraced instead of sloped, as most theaters are. So that still allows everybody to have a great view but it allows us to do all sorts of different things, like have tables or have events like this where we can have parties and folks can even dance on the floor if they're so inclined.
And this is one of the musical acts that has already been there, as
Yes.
well as another gal who Macy Gray,
That
right?
was Macy Gray. That was one of our opening acts back in May of 2017.
Now that this is up and running, and let's just show one more picture here. And this is part of the kids' theater?
This was the Nutcracker.
Oh, okay.
We had a sold-out show of the Nutcracker last weekend. So these were the children after the performance.
How is this being received? Now, you're brand new, so you've got to get people talking about you, which is why you're here, so we can help talk about Wall Street Theater. How are things going so far?
They're going pretty well. I think that the community has really embraced us, and they are really hoping to help us get a footprint into the arts community there in Norwalk. We're working with other theaters like Fairfield Theater Company to work together so that we are incorporating other theaters' missions with ours to help the arts community grow in Fairfield County. So I think there's a real opportunity to help with the local arts as well as getting national touring arts into the Norwalk area and just really bolster the live music scene.
As a developer,
Yes.
did this come out the way you thought, or did it take a lot of different roads getting here?
There were a lot of different roads that we took with our financing and our construction and the design, and as you can imagine, it just every single day for a number of years was just a battle of minds coming together to get the right pieces in place. But the fact is, both from a financing perspective and from a development perspective, and even from a cost perspective, it came out exactly as we had planned it back at the beginning.
Wow.
So we're very proud of that.
What does the theater need? Do you have enough volunteers? What things could you use besides money?
Doesn't it need?
Well, I think the support of the greater community, all of Connecticut could benefit always from the arts, and with the funding cuts that we've had this last budget cycle, obviously takes a toll on any arts organization. So money is always welcome, but volunteer support, having people like us on Facebook and share us on Instagram is very important to us. And we're bolstering our board, and we're looking for sponsorship. So.
But I also think it's important that people communicate with us and call us and tell them what they want in the theater. I never would have expected when we were building this project that the first two shows that would sell out would be a Norwalk dance group and a Nutcracker.
You get to know your community.
Not
Yes.
the big concerts, not the things like that, but the kinds of things that are really intrinsic to a community. And the more we know and the more we find out, the more that we can do in this place.
Have you programmed it all for the next year, and what's on tap?
We've started. We're working with the New York Comedy Club, and we're actually doing some comedy. We're doing comedy once a month. We're doing improv. Last night was our first improv night, and I would say it was a roaring success. So that was exciting. And we're working on our January and February calendar right now. So we'll have our calendar events up and online on our website to promote.
It sounds exciting, and congratulations to both of you for getting this done.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Frank Farricker and Suzanne Cahill, good luck with the Wall Street Theater.
Thanks,
Thank you
Ann.
very much.
You're welcome.
Spend all night kissing, and if Walter's right here, then who else is missing? Got a little sidetracked if I'm so wishing I found the keys to the door, but it's also a metaphor. Need to keep locked in the grocery store, but mine just to save time. Skip right ahead to the last ride.